Greetings one and all. This is my second YouTube video. My first one was on November the 11th. Today is, I believe, January the 5th, so it's been a little while. I really had nothing to say, and I guess I still don't. But what I decided I'm going to do, by popular demand of at least one person, my friend Gilbert, is I am going to read my written speech that I presented at Toastmasters probably about a month ago. It's my second speech, but unfortunately I can't upload my first speech because while that was written, I did not save it in a place that I remembered. So until I find it, and I think it's separated into two sections that are in two totally different places, it'll be a while until that one goes up. But this one is called Little Mouse, or pardon me, I is for Internet, or Little Mouse on the Prairie. To begin, you are looking at a pioneer, a master of all things digital. So where does my trusty mouse take me on my journeys far and world wide web? Join me now for an adventure down my path on the information superhighway. Let's start at the beginning. Pardon me, I keep looking to my side. Maybe this will be better. Okay, maybe not. One of my first introductions to the vast glories that encompass this man-made wonder were with the random info searching, also known, of course, by the now generic term of Googling. Googling, for instance, is the reason I know all the important things that there are to know. Everything from what the names of all 5 of Wayne Gretzky's kids, Paulina, Ty, Trevor, Tristan, and Emma, are, to what it means to be cisgendered, which is basically that when your natural gender matches up with your personal gender identity, or the opposite of being transgendered, is, I don't know how I read that, but that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, so I'm going to back up a step here in the interests of clarity. What it means to be cisgendered. Basically, that is when your natural gender matches up with your personal gender identity, or the opposite of being transgendered. To be part of the cisgendered is considered to be working from a position of societal privilege. Now, if that isn't the A to Z of all things knowledge-based, what really is? Moving along, there's email. What better way to prove that you're popular with somebody somewhere, really anyone anywhere, than to have a virtual mailbox like I do, which is stuffed full with closing in on 7,500 emails. And that is just my main email. A person with a healthy sense of self-esteem might not need the validating correspondence of everyone from Groupon and Living Social Deals to several departments of Reader's Digest, and from Yelp.com, to protocol.by, but all I have to say to that is, don't judge me. Finally, we go on to all things like the ultimate triumvirate, Twitter, Facebook, and Blogger. All of these offer an exceptional opportunity to learn everything you could ever need to know, and much, much more about your family, friends, acquaintances, and more often than not, perfect and not so perfect strangers. Essentially, the ideal tool to become a hopefully benign stalker. Take Twitter, for example. Twitter has introduced me to everyone from members of XXX dating services, God knows where what got them following my Twitter feed, I can only shake my head and wonder, to all and sundry business types like the hair restoration guy who also took, oops, I didn't hit sorry about losing me there for a minute. I didn't move my mouse button, so I lost the picture there for a second. But as I was saying, I can only shake my head and wonder at how those XXX people got a hold of me. And then on to the sundry business types like the hair restoration guy that also took to following me. Then there are the people and places that I follow, from the British government and several politicians worldwide to many, many celebrities, both respectable and otherwise. I do, for instance, follow the whole Kardashian-Jenner family, or pretty close to it, to people a little closer to home. With Twitter, even though each tweet is only 140 characters or less, the sheer volume of tweets put out by some is mind-boggling. Definitely a treasure trove of information. How else would I know what someone I barely may know, if I know them at all, is eating for lunch, or what they did over the weekend? Now that's serious intel, people. Then there's Facebook. Again, like Twitter, there are many people I don't know personally. I call them random friends or simply randoms. But there are also quite a few more family and personal friends, since Facebook is, in my experience, and with my crowd anyway, a lot more popular than Twitter. This, I think, can be attributed to the fact that Facebook, in my opinion, it has more to offer. Not only can you, like Twitter, read introductory info and the Facebook equivalent of a tweet, the status line, but there's also the picture sharing with comments, the note feature, which depending on the person can go from 0 to near infinity. Okay, I've seen it max out at probably about 100 or so, but still, that's huge. Then there's also the chance, and be careful what you wish for here, folks, to see what kind of games, like all the Villes, Farm City, Fish and Uville, to Cafe World, the sorority to mafia games, and so on and so on. One thing you'll learn from the games feature, for certain, is how much of an addictive personality any given person might have, depending on how many different games they play, as witnessed by the sheer number of requests you get to come play X with me. Some people play so many, in fact, that I've actually done something I didn't originally think I'd have to do. I blocked certain people's requests. Just 2, but you'd be surprised how much that helped. What helped even more was going the other route and blocking requests for individual games rather than people, because when you have 500 plus friends, you also get to know, knowledge that I could probably do without this time, just how many people play one of the gazillions, it seems, of games there are to choose from. Finally, there's Blogger, probably my favorite. That's because not only do I get to write my own blog and read other people's blogs, where in both cases there is ample opportunity for TMI, but in the case of writing my blog, which as of October 31st of last year, which was 2011, it now includes pictures, and in the case of writing my blog, means I get to consider myself a journalist. After all, as a character in the movie Contagion, who I believe plays a traditional writer-journalist, says, blogging is just graffiti with punctuation. Funny, yes, I'll admit that, but I'd have to disagree. Blogging allows you access to the deepest parts of people's lives, their experiences, their opinions, their insights, and their TMI moments. In conclusion, So there you have it. By taking my little mouse on a pioneering journey of all that's web-based. Again, I forgot to hit my mouse a little bit to keep active. But back to what I was saying, pardon me, I'll have to go back a page to reiterate. By taking my little mouse on a pioneering journey of all that's web-based, I get to indulge my voyeuristic tendencies to the max. And what could be more fun than that? There you go. That's it. Now I just have to find a way to end this, which was my same problem last time. Let's see. It was easier last time.